Hi everybody. So today I am going to do a ring pour, but I'm going to do like a travelling one. So I'm going to start at this end and go down towards the other end. So the colours I'm going to use is, the first one I've got is cool red mixed with a little bit of black to make a bit of a burgundy type of colour. Then I've got cool red. That is the Eraldo, and then I've got some of my older paints, which is the orange, and then the cool yellow, and then black and white. So I'm going to go burgundy, red, orange, yellow, white, but I'm going to put a little bit of black in there, just a bit here and there, just to give it a little bit more contrast, because I find I've made up a lot less orange, and the orange will take over if I put too much in there. So I've made the other colours more and the orange a lot less. They are all mixed approximately 1:1 with my Elmer's clear glue and water 70-30 mix. Except for the orange and the yellow, those paints are quite old. I've had them probably a few years now, so they'd really thickened up, so I had to add extra to them, and that is about it. So I don't bore you with the cup process. I'm going to pause it and come back once I have filled my cup. So I filled the cup. Also, I should have mentioned, I wanted the red to come out of the cup first. So I went white, yellow, orange, a little bit of black, red, a little bit more black, and then the burgundy colour. So I don't want too much black in there. I was just hoping to break it up and just give it something a little bit different. So I'm now going to pinch this side of the cup, because that's where I'm going to do my pouring from. And here we go. I don't know if I've got too much paint, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Sorry, there's a little thing sitting on my canvas. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to pour it straight, and then as soon as I see the second colour coming out, then I'll start doing the ring. So it does look like I've got a fair bit of paint in here. Just going to tilt it slightly, just so I didn't keep losing it off the edges. So that's looking alright so far. I may not have needed to add the black, but I wanted to give it some sort of contrasting colour. And the only other issue is there's a lot of paint here and it dips down a little bit there, but I'm cool, so I'm just going to tilt it back and forth a little bit, well, up and down, sorry. And now I'm going to go to this corner. Okay, over and back. Now I'm going to go to this bottom corner. Okay, now back. going to head to that one. I'm going to lose a few of those. So the only difference here, it's gripping to the canvas. So because it's gripping to the canvas, I'm going to lose a few of those colours. So by doing that, hopefully, yeah. So instead of it curling over itself, it's now just smoothing across. So sometimes if you don't want it to keep curling over and ruining the pattern that you've got there, then put some extra paint down, which I'm still going to lose a lot of it anyway. I'm going to pull it back this way a little bit. This is going to ruin my pattern slightly, but I have to dig that out. Is it in there? Yeah. That was a bit of dried paint somehow, and it was going to mess up the pattern. Even by me digging it out, it sometimes ruins it anyway, but it would have kept making an unusual marking. I might actually turn this around this way so you guys can see it in the light a bit better. And go down to this corner. And spin it around again. And now move it until I am happy with what it's looking like. Let me just use this little bit of red I've got on my finger to get that corner and that corner. That corner's got white on it, and this corner doesn't have anything, so I'm going to have to pick the yellow. So I'm trying to think how I want this now. It's a little bit too one side one way, one side the other. I want to mix it up a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can I want to just change the composition so it's not so flat one way, but I don't know if I'm going to get the results I want. So I'm just going to hold it like this. I'm losing a lot of that little white bit off there. It's looking cool, but I didn't want it to be so rigid. So now the paint's moving that way. I'm going to go down. That's going a little bit better. I'm not really too sure if I can alter that too much more. I'm just going to take my gloves off. I'm going to pause it and I'll be back. Okay. This is okay. I'm not 100% sure if I love it or not. So I'm going to try and experiment. I have filled this little very fine mist sprayer with some silicone. It's not the silicone oil that you get like out of the treadmill one or the Helmer one. It is actually from the silicone lubricant. So I've put it in here and I'm going to mist spray it and I'm going to see what happens. So I don't know if this is going to work. I could just be ruining the whole thing. It's giving me some effects. It's giving me good effects down here where the colours have mixed a little bit more, but over here where the colours have been on their own side a bit more, it hasn't really done a lot. So again, I haven't really altered the painting, haven't really done too much different by doing that. Yeah, so the only really area it's given me more effects in is on this side and through the yellow a little bit. It has altered through here. It's kind of changed the shape of how the lines were. Sometimes I think if you have done something that you're not 100% keen on, just see what doing something different does. So this is definitely becoming a mess. I'm getting silicone everywhere. I don't think this little sprayer likes having silicone in it, to be quite honest. So ultimately, that was an experiment, and I've done something similar to this before where it turned out a little bit better. This one I wasn't so keen on. This is the reason why I tried adding some of the black into it, because I wanted these lines, but they've only ended up here and I haven't got them all the way through it. But you know what? That's what experiments are for, aren't they? So I'm going to pause it. Okay, so this is how I see it from my side. Down here is where we got the specks, mostly from me doing that spray. Up here and through the yellow, you can see it's giving me some colours, some specks through there. And it's altered this side slightly, but not a lot. So I'm trying to get the camera to focus. It wasn't liking that area. But that's the whole painting. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Cool. Well, that's an experiment and that's what they're for, just to see how things turn out. Let me know what you think. Alright, thanks everyone. Subscribe if you want to see more. Okay, bye.